For $18,995, you can get yourself a Ducati Panigale V2S, like this one right behind me. Welcome to Two Wheels in Focus. It's Ducati red, and if you don't know what you're looking at, you may be confused with the Panigale V4, but this does not have the winglets, which is annoying for me. For $19,000, Ducati, give me some freaking winglets. Now, at the base price of $15,995, you don't get Öhlins forks or an Öhlins shock, but you do get everything else. Also, you don't get the S. The hard part about this bike for me, it's always going to be the price, right? But if you always wanted a Ducati, but you don't necessarily want to pay the V4 price or don't feel like you can handle the bike, you might want to get a V2. Surprisingly, this bike is actually pretty damn loud, and I think it's because it is a V2. Let's just start her up. It sounds pretty damn good. It's stock. A lot of people say this bike is light. You'll find out what I think of it in this test ride. The headlights look like they're the same ones from the V4. Again, it's missing this winglet right here. It still has the hydraulic brakes. I want to know what your guys' thoughts on this. These are the clip-ons, and they're set up kind of strange. They're a little bit higher, but they are just wider. Again, very super sport, very V4-esque. These do come with the Russell 4s, it looks like. I was wondering that on the test ride. And it looks like the same taillights from the V4. The Ducati V4 tank looks very similar to the Ducati V2 tank. And of course the dash is just different. Same startup though, but again, just a little bit different dash. But enough talking. Ellis is gonna go ride the Mono Hyper Motard, and I'm gonna go ride the V2. Let's go. Now, before we go test ride the new Panigale V2, let me tell you guys about my high fidelity eargasm earplugs. If you've been riding motorcycles as long as I have, you may have experienced some hearing loss. That's typically due to something called a temporary threshold shift. Think of being at a loud concert. When you get out of that concert, it may be a little difficult to hear, or you may hear some ringing, but it eventually goes away. Now, that's not so bad because you may or may not attend that many concerts. But if you ride motorcycles, you're exposed to TTS more often than you think. And it's not typically due to loud exhaust, it's more wind noise near your helmet. As wind is rushing across your helmet, your ear being cupped inside like this almost acts like a megaphone. I didn't notice how bad it was until I started wearing earplugs about a year ago, and now even when I ride a bike without a loud exhaust, I still wear my high fidelity earplugs. These have a proprietary filter that reduces 16 decibels of noise, and I got the optional lanyard. Perfect for when you want to take it off. You just tie a knot like this and you're good to go. It also comes with a carrying case and 2 different size plugs. You can get your high fidelity earplugs in the link below. I suggest buying 2 sets because these are easily lost. And don't forget to use code ADOBOGASM. Alright, back to the video. First ride on the Ducati Panigale V2S. Surprisingly, this S actually doesn't have electronic suspension. It has nice FGRTs. Very cool. I wonder if the rear is the same. Yep. Yeah, that is stock. What the hell? That sounds good, bro. The handlebars are a little bit higher. That is strange. How do you put clip-ons on this? Wow, what the? Okay, that is weird. Bars are wide, left and right. It feels okay. Doesn't feel too bad. Okay, we gotta feel this clutch out. All right, we're going on some route. Oh! Oh! Feels pretty good. I got my chucks on, so I gotta be careful. Quick shifters, nice! Auto blip, very nice. I wonder if they did something different, just like the V4, where the module is like inside. Ooh, feels good, bro. Okay. V2, huh? So like standing still, it feels like a big motorcycle. I know it's supposed to be light, maybe like the way it feels, but maybe like the way it feels when you're actually riding.
otherwise, yeah, it feels good. The vibrations aren't as crazy as you would think. Like it does vibrate like a twin, because this is a twin at the end of the day, but it still feels good. It does have torque. Like you would think any other twin cylinder would have torque. That's third gear. Let me turn it up. Fourth gear. Yeah, it's still, when you twist that throttle, not as torquey, but very manageable. And it sounds really good. Comfort wise, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. Super sport-esque. And I think that's because of these clip-ons, like they're kind of higher up. I'd imagine you could just throw some clip-ons underneath for a more aggressive feel for track riding. But I know who the market is for this, and it's people who are into something that they can do a little bit of both on, which is good. It's comfortable. The quick shifter and auto blip, it's similar to the V4, where you have to be really intentional with the downshifts and upshifts. Brakes are good. Suspension, of course, you have some really nice suspension. The dash, it's pretty looking for sure. Not as beautiful as the Panigale V4, but nice. It definitely, it's mini V4-esque. You know, it looks like it. There's no winglets. That's one of the things that I don't like, is like it doesn't have the winglets. I wish it would just have it. It just, I don't know. I feel like that would make it look a little cooler, in my opinion. But you know, who knows? Looks are subjective. Some of y'all don't even like the look of this bike. Wow. The ergonomics of this is really nice. Like, I'm kind of more upright than I would be on the V4, the Panigale. Like, this is relaxing right now. It's really relaxing. I could go all day on this bike, honestly. It's so comfy. The Ducati mirrors, very difficult to see. You know, it vibrates, but you know, maybe my eyes are just kind of used to it. Like, if I look in the mirror, it's like, okay, there's something there. Whether that's a car or a bike or a person, right? But it's not as clear as like when I hold the clutch in. Kind of silly, but I'm going to talk about it again. But the ergonomics is the most surprising thing about this motorcycle. Yes, it's a super sport. It races in World Super Sport. It hasn't won anything yet, but this bike is tailored for people who want comfortable but also cool looking super sport, super bike-esque. I get why people don't want this bike. I get it. It looks great. The power is there. It's more than enough. And you know, 100 horsepower, whatever it is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. It's plenty. I think 120 maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I'm gonna pull it up right here. This little mode button right here. Let's see. Press the mode. Okay. See if I can put it in race real quick. Okay, it's got a little bit more pep in that race mode, but not much. Headless and Menace is on the Hyper Motard Mono. Very cool. Front brake feels good. The clutch pull on this, even with the hydraulic clutch, kind of stiff. Kind of stiff. It's hurting my my hand a little bit, my weak little hand. Let's see, changing traction control. Okay, so it glows when you pull it up, and then you just boom. Okay, right there. So wheelie control, brake control, ABS, traction control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels of traction control. Nice. This is a fun little road. I like it. Wow. This bike is surprisingly, again, very comfortable. In a way, I feel kind of like if I close my eyes, just based on the ergonomics, I'd be like, oh, I'm on like a CBR 650R or something like more aggressive than a typical naked bike or upright sport bike, but it's not quite super sport. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's how I feel. These clip-ons are really high, higher than I normally would like it. I get like this kind of like dweeby feeling when I'm riding like one of these upright machines and it's not a naked bike. It's just like super sport. We'll call it a V2. I don't know, man. I'm starting to get mixed feelings about this bike, but maybe if I take it on the track, it'll be a little bit different. I don't know. Right now, it's very, very much super sport-esque. That's how it feels to me. I'm sorry if y'all don't understand what I'm talking about. Wow, lots of cars here. This is definitely in Portland. Like, this is not Washington-ish at all. Like, if you guys are like, oh, who have never been to the Pacific Northwest, you all may think Oregon and Washington look the same, but this scenery right here is very, very Oregon. We don't get a lot of this in Washington. We get a lot of trees, but not like the moss-covered stuff. Or maybe we do. Maybe I just haven't seen it, but I know like in Oregon, this is kind of like their thing. Maybe we get it too. I don't know. You've seen some of my rides on Adobe Moto. We go way, 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 way out there, and anytime I see like a scene like this where it's like really tight and very hairpinny, it reminds me so much of Oregon. And honestly, this kind of reminds me of Thailand a little bit. Okay, we're about 20 minutes, 30 minutes into our ride. I'm feeling very relaxed. Again, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like that in a super sport. Even the R7 is more aggressive than this. The R7 is like, you close your eyes, you think you're on an R6 until you twist the throttle. This one, you close your eyes and you kind of think like you're, again, on a 650R or something. I don't feel like I'm on a Panigale. And I think if you change the clip-ons, I would. That might be like the only thing. Which, again, it's a very minor thing for me to complain about, but I have to complain about something, right? I can't just love this bike. Nice line of bikes here. Holy shit. Okay, what is nice is this stop and go. I'm not uncomfortable at all. This stop and go, I could do this all day on this bike. The positives of a bike like this. Okay. Now, if you ride a Panigale V4, you may want to put taller clip-ons to make it a little more comfortable for you to street ride. That was one of the complaints a lot of people have about the Panigale V4 is it's so aggressive. It's such an aggressive motorcycle that, you know, for most people it's like, oh, it's really annoying and cumbersome to ride on the street. For me, it's fine. I'm used to bikes being so aggressive every time like I own or ride one. It's just like, yeah, it's fine. The more aggressive, the better. I want to know how hard it would be to change these clip-ons. It doesn't look too hard. I'm not sure, but hey, I'm not struggling at all on these like slow turns with, you know, holding in the clutch because I'm just so comfortable being upright. I feel like I'm just as upright as these guys on these upright bikes. That's how I feel. The only one in shoes, by the way, except for Ellis. He's in Converse. Ellis over here, are you having a hard time, bro? Okay, here we go. Nice. Very nice. Nice little residential twisties, it looks like. Oh. Woo, nice. Again, very comfortable. It's a love-hate. It's a love-hate for me. I would need a secondary set of clip-ons for the track just to give me that aggressive feel that I'm looking for, but not a deal breaker if you're into the V2. I love it. It's a good bike. Price is a little bit on the Ducati side, but very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. And I think anybody that buys this bike who's like looking at their first super sport that might have been upgrading from something like a Ducati Monster, You know, I'm just gonna keep it in the Ducati line, maybe like the Hyper Mono, something bigger but not quite V4. This might be a good start. Super Sport S, Super Sport, regular, you know. Woo! It's getting fun. It's getting fun, gents. Just keeping it in third at this point. There's no reason to be upshifting, downshifting. Pick a gear and stay here. I like it. Now, I don't know if it's these tires, but it doesn't really fall in as quickly as you would want. Like, I'm used to a bike that'll just fall right into place. This one, it feels like the tires are rounded off. I'd have to check to see what tires I have on. Oh yeah. It's getting spicy, guys. It's getting spicy. Oh yeah. I'm in my Lululemons today, by the way. The ABC pant. So watch me drag pant. Woo! Yeah, so the fact that these bars are so high, it makes it hard to kind of tuck in. I like that they're nice and wide, but it makes like tucking in a little bit harder, so you will have to change these. I mean, you won't have to, but you would probably want to change these if you're gonna hit the track, just to get you a little bit lower on the tank, you know. Yeah, so it's a little slow to go from side to side again. I don't know if that's just the tires. I mean, it feels good. It just takes a little bit longer to get one side or the other, but it could be because I have my Lululemons on. Ellis, keep it tight, bro. Keep it tight. Woo! Fun route. I love it. It got boring for a little bit, but it got fun later on, which is nice. Beautiful machine though, that you can't deny, unless you just don't like Ducatis and Panigales, right? Fun route. Alright, let's open it up. Yeah, man. It's awesome. Fun machine, comfortable. Give you guys my thoughts right now.
All right, we're back from the test ride. Here are my thoughts. I like it. For 19 grand, would I buy it? No. But again, if you're into the Ducati platform, if you've always wanted a Ducati and you want something a little bit different, you want something eye-catching, I think that's really what you're paying for. Is it agile? Yes, of course. Is it light? I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you if it was light or not. Again, I think that's because of the tires that it has. The turn-in is what tells me whether it's light or not. Sometimes I get confused when the tire profile is a little bit more aggressive and it turns in quick. That gives me a lighter feeling. But I mean, that's what their whole marketing on this bike is all about, is it's lighter with enough torque to get you to do the things that you want to do, whether that's track, you want to ride street, you want to go do groceries. I think this is a great bike to do that on, because again, the clip-ons are so tall, not as tall as like a naked bike, but taller and less aggressive than the R7. You would think that the R7 is not as aggressive, but for some reason Yamaha did their clip-ons to make it feel like an R6. Feels like an R6. This does not feel as aggressive as the V4, even though it looks like the V4. The seat, actually more plush than the V4, which was nice. And I think that's where the comfortability came in. The combination of the taller clip-ons and the comfortable seat made this just a comfortable and plush ride overall. $16,000 base, $19,000 S model with the Olin suspension. Why don't we ask Ellis? How do you feel about that price, bro?
I think it's a little much.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Ducati tax.
It is
I
Ducati
think.
tax. But when you pull up to a bike meet, which
You got one of the coolest bikes.
and I think that's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what it's just a really cool, fun, agile, and comfortable bike. You want to sit on it?
Yeah.
Sit on it. It's actually comfortable.
Oh. You know what? It's actually a lot more comfortable than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, because the clip-ons are higher. Look where they're located.
Oh, instead
Yeah.
of being like,
Yes.
you know, I love the seating position.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
my
yeah.
seating position.
Yeah.
This is what I enjoy.
Yeah, because you're more used to the uprights, right? You
Yeah.
came from a Ninja 300.
300, then ZX10, same
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yes.
This is my style.
So I think that's who they're going for. It's like riders like you who came from like 300s, 400s,
Yep.
and always wanted Ducati, and they wanted you to feel comfortable moving up to the Super Sport. So they made this, which I think it's really smart. I think that is the way to go if you are trying to attract. The R9 is more like this is a race bike,
Yep.
and this is, even though this is a race bike, it's like, oh, this is also a street bike.
It's also a street.
Yeah.
It's comfortable for the street.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's comfortable.
Comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It bridges that gap.
It does.
It's a nice step up
Yeah.
if you come from a 3 to 4.
It makes you get this, then you're like, damn, I think I want to spend 20 grand.
So $18,995 MSRP for the V2S.
Oh, sorry, I want to spend 30
19.
grand. No,
About
I
30
skip
grand.
this and just get the V.
Okay,
That would be
That's
my
you.
preference, yeah.
Yeah.
But I could see how people would get this. It makes perfect sense.
Yes.
It's not weird. It feels
No.
comfortable.
No.
It feels like a sport bike. It doesn't feel like a high-end super bike. That's the difference.
Yes. But if you lower the clip-ons, then you got
Yeah.
the feeling,
Yeah,
the
then you're
aggressive
full
feeling.
commit, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It's not a huge gripe for me.
Yeah.
Because I could just get different clip-ons.
Yeah, either that or you're just lower, or you can't lower here, but
No.
yeah, no, minor changes and it'll make it feel as you would want it to feel like a super sport.
Yes.
It still feels like a sport bike. It doesn't
Yes.
feel like a 650.
Yeah, it's so weird. It is so weird, but I get it. Completely understand. Okay, well, if you're interested in the Ducati V2, V2S, come to Motor Corsa because it's my favorite dealer in the whole bit. Okay, bye.